City stand.
Barribade stood shorty for Nnamdi Kanu.
Who is a barribade?
Is what I'm asking you.
Is he not one of the politicians?
100 million? Is he not one of the?
Is he not one of the stomach politicians of Nigeria?
Is the highest
people who want to eat.
The highest
and because they want to eat.
the highest.
City stand.
Glory to God for keeping us alive, even despite all the challenges that continue to confront us on a daily basis. We still remain standing, and we can only ascribe the glory to the Almighty God for having kept us this far. I want to say good morning to our esteemed global audience, and good morning, my fellow criminals.
Good morning.
Yeah, we are talking about Ohanaeze Ndigbo not supporting this protest that is slated for the 20th of October this month. Is there any reason Ohanaeze is distancing himself from this protest that is meant to release Nnamdi Kanu?
Mike, I think we need to get a lot of things very clearly, we need to understand whether this statement was credited to Assunta Mbata, or the one that Isinguzo always go about and make reckless statement he doesn't understand. Who is the Ohanaeze Ndigbo? Why is the news? That's the problem with the media. Why is the media reporting what they don't know? Is the statement credited to Ohanaeze President himself? That's why Reno Mokri went everywhere and brought rubbish upon his head. Because this is Nigeria. One of the problems is the media. Because you believe that Isinguzo is aligning with Tinubu. Yes! Isinguzo, they are the one who met him. What is he? I know when he was as a youth leader. I've met him several times. Simply because he aligned with what? I want to see the president of Ohanaeze come out publicly and say that Ohanaeze is distancing themselves from the protest. Then we can take it up from there. That's the problem we have in Nigerian media. It's everywhere. I don't know what. No, I think it's time will come. We stop talking about these politicians, for goodness sake. Yes, we start talking about them because they don't have anything to offer. Until Assunta Mbata come out and said, and the current man from Port Harcourt come out and said, this is the stand. He has told Bola people to release Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know why they are reporting this kind of rubbish. Isinguzo that have aligned themselves. They are the one that created their own Ohanaeze. I don't know anybody called Isinguzo. So I cannot tell you that statement published on this newspaper is credible. That's my take on that.
All right, Vincent, your take on this? Nnamdi Kanu.
You see, I've always looked at events that crop up on a daily basis in this country. And when I see, when people continue to mention some umbrella body or Ohanaeze Ndigbo, is supposed to be an umbrella that will champion the collective resolve of the Eastern people, of that, of the Easterners in the Nigerian project. A situation whereby the objective that they set out to do initially was meant for the good, for the collective good of the entire people from that extraction. Now, it is now being turned to a kind of a tool for mercantile advantage. And when you now use mercantile, when you now infuse mercantile opportunism into your, your programs, then it will no longer align again. Then you have set aside the objective, the initial objective for which it was meant to achieve. And going back to your question, let me not differ. I think for carrying out now, I've said it countless number of times on this platform that Nnamdi Kanu deserve to be free. Because obviously now you can see the junketing from the court back to the VSS gallows and everything. All sorts of animations and character are tied to this man's release. And also, let me also lampoon the Southeast government, except for one, that is Alex Oti, who has now come out boldly to say, okay, this man, this young man deserves to be freed. Every other ones are playing politics around his case. I stand to be corrected if it weren't so. But one thing is that when you look at the entire dynamics, it shows that it's more political than the reality. And if come October 20th, as the case may be, if people of good reasoning comes out to also follow Sowore and his aides in, lending a voice to the free Nnamdi Kanu crusade, I think maybe the state actors that are all this while that has not been permissible to good reason will reason in that light. For so long, what can you call extremism? What can you call terrorism when your fundamental human right is being stolen from you? And you see people from the other extraction, walking the streets free, and they call them repentant Boko Haram or repentant terrorists. Then this one that is fighting a just cause, why the continue hostage of this guy is against every known law, any known law of the land, to also to continue to infringe on Nnamdi Kanu fundamental human rights. I think it's a sad commentary on our nation, and I believe that we are in the eyes of the world. If this federal government wants to pass through the moral compass, I think they should be the needful and free Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh yes, now that some of the Igbo leaders have distanced themselves from this protest, Obi as a political figure, can we have Obi march to Aso Rock like Omoyele Sowore?
No, Mike, I will not support Obi, getting involved in this kind of a thing. The only thing he knows he owes in this regard is to say his mind. Because he's already a target currently now.
But what we need is action.
No, but he has already said it. It's not a matter of action, But let me just tell you very clearly, this protest, this protest cannot free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It just to attract attention on the injustice that is going on. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where an appeal court discharged an acquitted, and the matter was taken to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court referred the matter back to appeal court. Have you seen it happen anywhere? It has not happened in the history of Nigeria. I've never had a feat before since I was born. So, whether Sowore be Atiku or my brother, I'm telling you, it does not matter. What they will succeed at the end in achieving is just to get world attention on what is going on. As simple as that. That is just what it is. Because everything concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has already been compromised. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Anything that has to do with that. See, what you are seeing there, Ohanaeze, I'm not talking about that, but I know the real stand of the real Ohanaeze. Those who are aligning with APC, it's their business. It's okay. They have every right to do it. But the Ohanaeze Youth Council are participating. The media will not report this kind of a thing. The media, one of the problems, look at the disgrace Ronald Mockery enjoyed when he went and, compromised a certain process, collected money from the federal government, and imported people. He said they are diplomatic representatives from Ted Cruz, a senator in the United States of America, to come and testify. He was totally disgraced. The man in his presence, Ronald Mockery and whatever the federal government paid for his bill, he came to Nigeria, and Ronald Mockery was totally disgraced while sitting down. That's the picture. When Sowore goes here and protest, that's his business. But what we're saying is very clearly, Nigeria does not have any interest when it comes to the people of the Eastern region. They have turned legal matters to politics. And we are seeing that they should come back and carry out a retrial. That's Bola Ahmed Tinubu carry out a retrial on that matter. See, William Ruto made it very clearly. Nigeria is going to ICC. There's no doubt about that. For invading Kenya, based on that, what's the justification? Has anywhere in the world, can you point anywhere in the world where IPOB is declared as a terrorist organization? Nowhere in the world. But these are people you can see physically. They do not bear arms. I do not know what Bola Ahmed Tinubu tend to achieve with this. But whatever it is, all this thing has a multiplying effect. As you see this thing go on a daily basis, it has a multiplying effect on the consciousness of many Nigerians that begin to question this unfortunate unity. They have tried everything possible best at the end of the day. But let me tell you, if I need to open up more details surrounding what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu, I will not leave here for now. But what I'm saying currently now is this. The process has already been compromised. Not by currently now. I don't want to blame any southeastern president, governor, or rubbish, or eastern politician, or whatever. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu is conscious of himself currently now, the bulk of this thing falls on his table. I've said this countless times here. If he does not believe in an agenda, then let Nnamdi Kanu be granted freedom. He has not committed any offense. There's nothing that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu to. Would you say now? Ask anybody here now. Would you say Awolowo committed an offense where they took him to? Is it not the same Tinubu that came back and pardoned Abat Macaulay? Because I don't know how they want to be playing all these things. So, but the best option for Nigeria, not to start accusing anybody and start pointing fingers on anybody, is I don't believe that the Nigerian government will do it. My solidarity is with the United Nations, is with the world leaders themselves to look into this very well, and I think they are documenting it. Because if you listen to the guy that Nnamdi brought from US to come and testify against Christians in Nigeria, the man disgraced Nnamdi. And he made it very clearly that the report of this thing will be taken to the United States of America. That's the kind of system we run. When it favors you, pretend as if nothing is wrong. Everything about Nigeria is fractured. And nobody can come and tell me it's like this, it's like this. I will not buy into that.
With your take and view on this report, would you say Ohanaeze has been factionalized?
Yes, I can tell you that. Yes, I'm telling you now. You understand? I was in Enugu. I followed the process when the Iwoyan was around. I know the number of Ohanaeze leaders that have been on the federal government under APC to release Nnamdi Kanu. All of them have died without having Nnamdi Kanu released. This thing that is making us was the Ohanaeze youth leader. I know him very well, and I know what he is into. If it is a holistic decision by Ohanaeze themselves, yes, we would have listened to Azunta Mbata, who will come out and said, this is the position of Ohanaeze. Mike, I'm being honest to you. Under Nyewodo, as Ohanaeze president, I sat down with this issue when he was youth leader. I don't know how he managed to become Ohanaeze president. I don't know where he came from. In Enugu State, with Iwoyan, we said that Mike, I don't want to give you details about it, because when I see this thing being reported in the media, I see the media does not know that Ohanaeze leader was elected and he's from Ikwere, Port Harcourt, and he's the only one that have right to issue statement concerning what is going on behalf of Ohanaeze. But when you go through this kangaroo backyard and you find the one that you have given money, you have bribed, I start telling you, Ohanaeze, which Ohanaeze?
All right, straight to the comment section. Big T Prince says, nobody is bigger than the state. Kanu cannot be released without conditions. Very simple. He's putting no.
Let me also put it to whoever that is calling that he called himself Big T Prince or whatever. But listen, if you don't know what to say, you understand, go and do proper research and find out your position in what is happening in Nigeria. Then you'll be able to define yourself. Define yourself first. You define yourself whether what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is illegal. That's the first question you ask yourself. Bros, what the Madagascar president is doing is illegal. What happened? What happened in Nepal is legal. What happened? These are the questions you ask yourself. I can tell you back to the history. The First World War that was initiated in Nigeria, nobody saw it in the world. Nobody saw it coming. A woman was killed because of tribalism and ignited the First World War. The Second World War had a similar thing. When we are trying to protect humanity, when we are trying to protect the law that governs the universe, according to United Nations, he said that it is illegal. Normally, Nnamdi Kanu does not supposed to appear in any court of competent jurisdiction if United Nations is very active in protecting their laws and policies. Because he has seen a man, according to international law, that was kidnapped. Kidnap is a criminal offense. How can criminals be trying a criminal justice case like Nnamdi Kanu?
All right, BT Prince, like I said earlier on, said that nobody is bigger than the state. Kanu cannot be released.
Bros, the people are bigger than the state. People are bigger than the state. If not, Madagascar wouldn't have fallen. People are bigger than state. That if not, APC will not be where they are today.
And in response to what he wrote here in the comment section, Udeze Chima says, but can a president be bigger than the constitution or court verdict?
I wonder.
A big Prince.
I wonder.
I also take on all this, Mr. Vincent.
Though I want to a bit. I do want to reply BT Prince the way it is, but once we are on this platform, I think to some extent we need to educate ourselves on some things. I did mention I did say it before on this platform. I think it was BT Prince that even raised that question. I said, if Nnamdi Kanu were to be your brother, would you have ascribed to the kind of treatment being meted out to him now? I remember I said so, and you can also give an allusion to it. But at times when we are trying to, because it's not about emotion, it's about the ground law. What does the law say concerning some certain things? And the law, I equally mentioned that justice delay is justice denied. You can see the back and forth that this case has attracted. You understand? Today is in court, tomorrow is out of court, next tomorrow is in the DSS gallows. Again, they take him again to another court. You can see the shifting of the case from one judge to the other. To the extent that a judge said that he or she is not going to take charge of that case again, because it's becoming something like a drama, a comedy drama. But to me, in as much I want to align with some aspect of his submission that nobody is bigger than the law. But I did mention that Nigeria is a classic case of animal farm, where some animals are more equal than the other. And I still make allusion to it. I have not defied from what I said before. And it's playing out to everybody's glory. And I want to say that for crying out loud, in as much that we might have some emotion tied to a particular end, that does not mean that we should not say it the way it is. I believe justice should be fair to all. What if equity is being brought to play in our justice administration system? I think by now, Nnamdi Kanu should be working on the street as a free man.
Now, with what you said now, are you in support of the protest?
The protest, I'm in a way, I'm in support of the process, but protest has not really achieved what he set out to do in this part of the climb. Well, we have many before the now, and how much result have we gotten from those protests? But the only thing I can do is that if Gandhi should do a protest of non-violence and they achieve result by that, I don't think why that one cannot also be played out here. And I want to say, for crying out loud, that as much as propaganda is a tool that can be wielded either positively or negatively, because while my fears about protest that at times it might set out in the right direction, but before the end of the day, it will be hijacked. That is my fear. And I have seen that it's no longer a potent weapon in this part of the divide to achieve a concrete result. That is why I have always said that though in spirit, body and soul, I'm not saying it as a result of even trying to cut favour from the people of that extraction. I believe there is a one word in Yoruba parlance that say báwo lọ̀bọ ṣe rí tí náà kí o ṣe. If you could free all those so-called repentant terrorists, why can't the same thing also be extended to Nnamdi Kanu? That is my take for now.
I don't think the protest could make a difference if people like Atiku, the political figures like Atiku, will be Sowore on ground.
You see, let me just answer it this way. You will get me this way. Now, they are selling Guguru and Nepa. I'm equally selling Guguru and Nepa. And at a stage, then there is, we have a crowd somewhere that want to come and buy from us. Is it not the way you package your this thing? I see same Guguru and Nepa that is there. And all of them, the people that are there, they are also equally political actors. Mind you, Sowore has a political party. Atiku has a political party. They will cut whatever happens to their own advantage, to also to defend their own nest. That's my take on that.
How in anticipation, what do you have to say? What are you expecting as regards the protest?
The protest is just I wouldn't say it's going to achieve its objectives because the bulk of the whole thing lies on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's table. He cannot coerce the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, except there's a greater force that is bigger. You cannot coerce him. So it's just to show solidarity, over what is happening. Me, I am not in support of it. But anybody that feel that I've never supported it because I need to understand Sowore as an activist and Sowore as a politician in this issue of Nnamdi Kanu. So whoever that is going there, okay, nobody should, because it's their right. Whether he are chosen, yes, they feel that they need to register and their reservation, the way and manner the voting was going. And remember, this issue of protest came as a result of Nnamdi Kanu's health. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where they have to pick doctors from all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. I never see this kind of thing before. Then the one will go check head, go there. The one will go check torso, go there. The one will go check this one, go there. Mike, see, at a time they are creating some kind of consciousness that will tell you clearly, that this nation called Nigeria. I don't want to use that word. Thank you.
All right, move down to the comment section. Victor Prince says, Mr. Vincent, I totally understand you, and I totally understand your response, but we have to allow the court to get the job done quickly.
Can I respond to you? Then I want to say one thing. How many times will you continue to go to a market to scoop water? I believe that this matter has already been dispensed with in the competent court of the land. And if it has been dispensed with, why must it still return back to that same court? I believe the whole thing is a comedy show. It's more of a theatrics. And it should not be allowed in our justice administration system. I believe if equity must be served totally, I think the right thing should be done, irrespective of whose house is God. I'm not saying that if he has a case to answer, let them bring it out. All this waiting in the wilderness until we will reach the promised land is nothing. It doesn't show some form of excitement on my own part. It shows that when we continue to have a country like this, how much justice can also be dispensed to a common man, you and I, on the streets. And for crying out loud, even the media too, they need to lampoon. Because if they happen to be the fourth estate of the realm, they should come out and say the truth. Forget about who is your personal sponsors. Come out and say the truth. If you are the fourth estate of the realm, you are also to act as a check on all these absurdities and inanities that is cropping up in the social fabric. And I believe that a word is enough for the wise. I did also equally mention that change can only come in two forms: it's either planned or forced.
Thank you so much. All right.
Seat to stand.